Hey guys, this is HBK Grant making a Warframes beginner's guide video. So I have been asked about this video for a while now. A lot of people have been asking like, hey, you should make a beginner's guide video because a lot of people ask me these questions, and since I do have a YouTube channel, they're like, hey, you know what, you should go for it, and today is the day. So I'm going to be discussing 7 points today for those people who are starting out with Warframe, and hopefully this will help you guys out a lot because these points actually I've been asked from like people not just that who are just starting out, for people who have been playing for a while as well. So hopefully this can help both people out in the one go. So starting with number 1, we're gonna talk about the codex. Now the codex is actually one of the most important part in the entire Warframe. I've heard people saying like, hey, Warframe doesn't teach you anything. Hey, I don't know where to get what. So like, where do I get this? Where do I get that? So Warframe codex actually tells you where you need to get what. So if you go to the codex bar right here, you're gonna see 4 parts right here. You're gonna see quests, you're gonna see universe, you're gonna see training, and you're gonna see missions. So this actually helps you out with understanding every single thing there is to know about the game. The quests, it will tell you, like right now I have completed all of them, but for example like this one that I haven't completed, you will see pictures like this which are blurry, and you'll see the prerequisites for this one is like, for example, you need to do the second dream quest, or you need to talk to the Cephalon Suda in any relay. If you have done any one of them, it will be check marked for you. Because I have actually done the second dream quest, but for some apparent reason, it will not like cancel it out or anything. It will just say like, hey, this thing has been done, so you need to do something else over there. The next one is the universe. Now here, it will actually tell you what you need and where to get it. For example, if you're looking for companions, like, you know, a lot of people are like, hey, where do you get that cat? Where do you get that Kubro? So you can actually come over here and it will show you everything that you need to get. Same with the Warframes, like, oh, how many Warframes are there? It will, if you click on the Warframe, it will actually even show you about like everything about the Warframe as well. So you don't even have to go to different places. The second thing are the factions. So people say like, hey, I don't know like what type of enemies are, nothing is explained. It is actually explained in the codex where the Greniers are. There's the Corpus, there's the Infestation, there's the unaffiliated ones which are not related to Corpus. Then there's the Orcan who are in the Void. Then there's the Sentient who are usually found on Lua or like in Plains of Eidolon these days. And then there's the Stalker faction as well. Now, how do you get them? Just so FYI guys, you have to scan them, and I will explain that later in the video. So if you go like, for example, to one person like Tusk, it will, all of them will show you need scans. So if you scan this person or like this enemy 20 times, at the total of 20 times, it will actually tell you what it drops. That is the coolest thing like you need to figure out. It can also tell you like what they're like weak to and what they're like strong against, and like what type of like body like damage that they kind of like do, you know. So you can actually see that. Second up is the objects. So what type of objects are in the game? So if you click on them, it will tell you like this contains what. So you just need to scan them. These things are available in the missions. So for example, if you go to like a container and you need to scan it 12 times, and it will just like show up over here as well. Like these things will tell you like what they contain. So you can look for example, you're looking for alloys. A lot of people ask me like, hey, where do I look for alloys, plastids, and whatnot? So as long as if you have scanned these things, like it will actually tell you this is what it contains. Whereas the relics and arcanes, so these are some things that you can actually, the arcanes especially, something that you can work for after you have gotten used to a lot of the game setups and everything like that. But if you click on them, it will actually tell you like where you can get these. So the drop sources are right there. Same thing though with the relics. So every single relic that is introduced into the game, whether it's not here, like for example, I don't have this in my inventory probably because I use them, or if it's not like vaulted, something that you do not have, you can actually just click on it and it will tell you like what rewards are in it and where you get them. So it will actually tell you every single thing you need to know about where to farm relics. So these missions will actually have this particular relics, and you can actually go in all of them. And there are vaulted relics, so you will see like a V next to them, like in a bracket, and that means that it is currently not farmable in the game. Then you got the weapons. You'll actually see all the weapons in the game, and mind you guys, you will have to level up every single weapon in the game because it gives you 3000 XP towards your mastery rank. Then there is the Warframes that give you 6000 XP. Now here's the mod section. A lot of people have difficulty understanding where to get these mods. So you can actually click on or just go on any top of them, and you will actually see that you can be getting this from this Burketeer, you can get this from like the quest, or you could get this from the Oracle vaults. So like it actually tells you the locations on the top, on the bottom, and the drop sources where you get what type of mod. And then these fragments, they're like basically scanning items and whatnot. They're nothing like, it's not like an achievement part. There's like nothing that needs to be done with it. Same thing with the art gallery. Like it's just like for show. It actually serves no purpose, but it's like a cool thing in there. With the training aspect, you can actually click on these things, and it will tell you like how to do what, like sprinting, dodging, moving left to right. It's the same thing. Advanced movements like bullet jumping and all that kind of stuff. So it will actually explain you everything. If you need to know about like upgrading mods, it will actually tell you in 5 steps right here. But I'll show you guys like later on how you need to do it and how to install the mods, putting it, everything. So everything basically is available in this area as well, which I'm actually going to be explaining. Then there are the missions. So a lot of people don't know like what type of missions they're getting themselves into. If you want to prepare yourself beforehand, they're assassination type, where you're killing like the bosses of the planets. Then there's like the capture missions, where you have to just capture a specific target, that's it. Then there's deception, then there's defense, evacuation, exterminate. So you guys can actually read all of them to figure out like what type of missions are available in the game. Number 2, mods and rankings. Before we get into this, I just want to quickly explain one thing, is that especially for those people who are starting out or been playing for a little while, what a lot of people do is like they start going to YouTube videos, seeing like what's the best Warframe, what's the best weapon in the game and whatnot, and what can kill everything easily. So you can jump the gun by like buying the access packs and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, just keep this in mind, guys. The person that is showing you those one-shot kills have been playing a game for a while, and they have a proper mod build setup in their Warframe. So even if you go and get those best Warframes in the game or best weapons in the game, you will not be doing the damage that they are doing. You have to focus on your mod builds. So if they're showing you guys mods, you must make a note of those mods if you want to do the damage that they're doing. And without those mods, your Warframe will be useless. Like it will be able to do some damage at a certain level of enemies, maybe like 10, 15, pushing it to 20 maybe. I don't know, that's maybe stretching it a little bit. But after that, they will not be able to kill a single enemy. So you will have to put the mods up properly. Now here, when you go to the mod section, you'll see all the types of like things that require mods. So anywhere from Warframe to weapons to your Kubros to Sentinels and everything like that is over here. Simply by clicking one, you can select one and you'll have like a couple of options right here. So there's a fusion option, which I will explain in 1 second. You can actually sell it for credit or dissolve it for endo. I do recommend selling your duplicates for endo as much as you can. They serve no purpose. A lot of the mods, like almost like 90% of the mods that exist in the game, they are actually like they will not cost any amount of platinum as well. So you cannot actually make even platinum out of it, not even 1 platinum, because they're so easily accessed. But there are like 10%, I could say, or maybe 15-20%, let's just say, those mods which carry worth, they're only limited, and at times some of them are like really hard to get, some are harder to trade, especially like the prime mods. Like a lot of people would be okay to selling it, but buying it becomes a little bit difficult because it costs like 1 million credits. So when you go for selling it for credits, each mod, so there's like four or five types of mods, like the bronze mod, the silver mod, the gold mod, then there's the ribbon mod, then there's the prime mods, then there's the umbral mods. So there's like 4 or 5 types that are in there, and they all actually carry different type of weight. So for example, for the bronze mod, you see it says for 200 credits and 5 endo. Let's check out a silver mod. It says 500 credits and 10 endo. Let's check out a gold mod. It says 1,000 credits and 15 endo. So you will get 1,000 credits if you want to turn that in, or you can get 15 endo for it. I would recommend endo because there are methods to doing it, getting credits faster, and that's index, and that will be later in another video. Now, there's one thing that a lot of people don't tell you, is that you can actually do a fusion here. So if you guys see, like, you could select 4 mods, like 4 mods like this. So I gotta select one and then start fusing into selected mods. So if I click it, what happens is that you can increase their ranks. What will it cost it? It will cost you endo and credits. Your credits are over here, and your endo is right over here. You get them from the missions. You can sell their cards to do it, and it ranks it up. So if you saw it before, it was 4%, like 4 points right there, and you'll see the critical damage for this, or it could be any other mod. It takes 15%, but when you rank at 1 rank, your point goes from 4 to 5, and your critical damage went from 15 to 30%. And if you keep raising it, you'll see that instead of 15% now, if it's fully ranked, it will give you 90% damage. It also drain means the capacity point. So I will share a link below for Warframe modding and whatnot, so you guys can check that video out. It's a pretty lengthy video, but it explains the whole core concept of every single thing you need to know about modding Warframes, because it's a big topic. Whereas, like, you guys can see right here that you will require the credits and that now. Now, there's one more thing. You need to select 4 mods to transmute. This transmutation occurs when you select 4 types of different mods. So like if I select any, you can select any type. So once I select 4 type of different mods, this part occurs. So now I'm doing like only what you might call it, the bronze ones. So it's costing me 12,000 to transmute. If I do silver, I think it's a little bit higher, and then the golden is a little bit even more higher. So if I transmute, it's gonna cost me 12,000 to get rid of these 4 mods and get a brand new one. And you get something like this. It is totally random, but when we get to a later part of this video, there is a guy, and there's a method you can actually guarantee the type of polarity you want. And that is it for this part. Number 3. Where and how to get blueprints for warframes and weapons that you're looking for. So for example, if I go to like let's say a weapon, because I kind of like have like most of the weapons, but to explain it, I want to show you guys like what I mean. So let's say something like this, Magistar. I'm able to purchase the blueprint for it. So if you want to purchase the blueprint, you'll see that if you have all of these items, all you got to do is just purchase this blueprint, and you can just make it in your Foundry. Sometimes people do make a mistake for purchasing them from here. If you do that, you're paying 150 platinum. And to be honest, there is actually almost like no weapon in the game right now that is 150 platinum. So do not purchase them for platinum. Every single weapon in the game is free of charge. You can actually farm every single thing. So if you look over here, it will cost you 25 credits, and then it will cost you 25 credits to build it as well. So just make sure you're reading these things. So it's actually 50,000 in total if you want to make that, and then it will also tell you all the resources required. Now, a lot of the weapons can be purchased into the market. Some are for like just credits, and they're actually like built, and you can actually just get them right off the bat. whereas some you have to purchase the blueprint and then build them. And then there's some like this. You're gonna say like, hey, I don't see no purchase blueprint over here. What that does is that it's actually not available, and you have to be in a clan of your own. You're like a warlord of your own clan, or you are part of a clan. And if you go to this spot, you go to this mini microscope area and you'll see the build section. And over here, recipe, which means a blueprint for Nikana, can be researched in the Tenno Lab dojo room. So if you see like a rank 8, rank 9, rank 10 clan, most likely these weapons have been dealt with, so they're already ready for you to just purchase their blueprints and just build them in your foundry. So that is what it is, like to how to look for weapons and warframes. It is basically with every single warframe. With warframes, the prime ones, you have to farm all of the parts and build them. But if you're looking for the regular warframes, you will have to purchase their blueprint in the arsenal, whereas the parts will be farmable from like different bosses in planets. So I will be making a video about all boss fights and how to kill those boss fights quickly, and like what warframe they drop over there for you guys to see in a later video. Number 4, the Void Relics. So when you ask this question, where do I get this prime warframe? Where do I get this prime weapon? This is the answer. So as explained earlier in the codex, you have to go there and you have to see where these relics are, where you can farm them. I will share a link below of a video that I made for like where are the locations, the best places to farm these relics. So that way it can make it easier for you to like get it. Now, when you go into the codex, you will see that some will have a bracket with a V on it. That means those relics are unavailable in the game. The reason is they contain something that is currently not farmable in the game. So there's a concept of vaults and unvaults. So something that is in the vault, that means that is currently not in the game. Something that is unvault, that is currently in the game. And however, you can actually purchase these things from other players. That is one aspect, and that's how you get into trading. So Valkyr Prime, for example, is not in the game. Cernus Prime is not in the game. Extaletter Prime is not in the game. Thus, this relic is not farmable in the game as of right now. Once these things come back, this relic will be available to farm once more. Something like this, Lith A3, like for example, Rubico, Orthos, Tiburon, Akbalto, Ekjagara, these are all in the game right now. So you can go into missions that drop Lith relics and you can actually get this relic. Then there's another concept, refinement. So for if you want to increase your chances, so if you guys see right the bars right over here, there is a really low chance of getting the Ekjagara Prime Barrel. So you go, you see exceptional, it will cost you 25 void traces. These are obtained in the Fisher runs. Then there is the flawless, which is 50 refinement points, like Fisher points. And then there are the 100 void traces right here. So if you saw, like if I went 100, it will increase the chances like this. If you see the Ekjagara Prime Barrel, you'll see like it has increased like almost to like 40% or something like that. But here's the thing, guys. It does not guarantee you. There's still a chance, and to be honest, you can go in without even refining a relic, and you will still, if it's your luck, if it's your day, you will still get that rare drop. So just keep that in mind, that even like 4 people going in with 100 void traces in with the highest points right here, they could still end up getting all 4 of them. I had times where I got like the Lex Prime blueprint and every single else with me. For example, the point I'm making is like you will get a common drop and so will everybody else, even though you went with the highest refinement number. So just keep that in mind. So there are 4 types of relics, and you guys can explore this yourself. So there's Lith relics, Meso relics, Neo relics, and Axe relics, and I will share the link below where they drop like the most, and you guys can check that out from there. Number 5, the Foundry. So pretty much any single prime warframe, regular warframe, prime weapons, anything that requires like blueprints, you have to come to the Foundry to build them. But the tip that I want to share with everybody is that like a lot of people miss out on one aspect, that like sometimes when they don't have platinum, they stop building stuff, because for Warframes you need Warframe slots, and people don't have sometimes 20 platinum to purchase a Warframe slot. Then they have weapons. There are so many weapons out there, and they're like, oh, we want to try every one of them, but they can't because they don't have weapon slots to put them in. So they kind of like give up on like building it. And then suddenly one day they have the thing, the platinum and everything like that, and they just like go buy the Warframe slot or weapon slot, and then they go start building it, to find out that it actually takes 3 days to build a Warframe and like 24 hours or 12 hours to build a weapon. So just keep that in mind, guys. You can actually build every single thing that is in the game and leave it in your Foundry to claim it at a later date. At that time, like, you'll probably be ready for it or whatnot. The Foundry costs nothing, and it can actually help you in the long run. You will have everything built, and all you got to do is just claim. You can claim all, or you can claim one by one. And it will actually tell you all the resources required to build that as well, so you can even note it down that I just need to farm this amount. Number 6, Syndicates. So there are a lot of syndicates nowadays in the game. So, but the 3 most important ones, you probably start around like Master Rank 3 or so. And these are right here. This is actually a good source of platinum for all those people as well who max it out as well. So when you go to the syndicates, I've seen a lot of people like just going for one. They think they just have to choose one faction. You can actually choose 3. There is a method to choosing 4, but it is a lot of hectic, and you need to be like a pro at it to figure that out. So I won't get into that. I will share a link of detailed how to go about doing these syndicates and how to farm the syndicate medallions and everything like that. So the links will be in the bottom. There will be a lot of links, but it is for the betterment of the beginner players. So you can actually select the first 3 syndicates or the second 3. That will be the extent of me explaining it, but there are rewards in there, and there's stuff that you could sell for platinum. And the best part about it is, if whichever side you choose, there will be players just like you who have chosen the opposite side. So something that you have in this, like in these 3, you will not have them in here. So these people will be looking for this stuff, these people will be looking for this stuff. So there's always a market for people for looking for items in there. So that is pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions, any comments, you can leave it in the comment section below. Please make sure to like and subscribe and share it with your community, because we are growing rapidly, and I really do appreciate the support that people have shown. So this is HBK Grant signing off for the night. Have a great one, guys. Take it easy.